Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to listen to some mumbly jumbly. All the way from St. Albans, your host for tonight, Abs the Magic, Supercoach Godfather.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, in today's episode, we're gonna go through a couple of loophole options that you can use. Now, a lot of you will know the basic ones. Some of you will know the advanced ones. But for those that don't know, this is for you. Okay. Now, the advanced one was actually I first seen it from Supercoach Mama. She did it. Okay, so she showed this last year, and I was shocked when I seen. I go, oh my god, can this happen? And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Okay, so Supercoach Mama showed me this one, and then one of my subscribers also mentioned it the other day. Actually, let me find him. Farfig Schreiter, I think that's how you say it. Farfig Schreiter, just come down. He also mentioned it. So let's show it to you now. Okay. So this is my team now. Well, it's actually not my real team. I sort of had to accommodate to get these DPP players in. Okay, for example, well, I've got a defensive mid. Okay, I've got a mid forward in the midfield. I've got a mid forward in the forward line. I've got a few of them. I've got a ruck forward in the forward line. I've got a ruck forward as a ruckman. And I've got a defensive forward in the forward line. Okay, I've got a lot of DPP action happening here. Okay, just calm it down. Okay, now, well, what's going to happen here, all right? First, we'll go for the basic one, okay? Let's go for who's playing first. Carlton versus Richmond, okay? So let's say we put the VC on Doherty, all right? Doherty scored 150, okay? He had a big game, okay? Because the Carlton defence was busy because Richmond was kept attacking, okay? So Doherty scored 150. So that's a good score. We want this score. So how do we get it? Well, what you got to do, you got to have a player that's not playing. So let's just, for argument's sake, say Madden, who is actually not playing, isn't playing. So what you got to do is you got to switch Madden around with the playing ruckman, put emergency on Marshall. Okay, so the emergency should come, and put captain on Madden. So what will happen is Madden won't play, so he'll get a 0. Marshall will come in to replace Madden, and the captain score will go to Doherty automatically. So that's your loop option. That's the basic one. That's the one probably 90% of you already know, all right? Our second one, Stone isn't playing, all right? So what we want to do is we want to maximize. We don't know who to field. Let's pretend Tassatis is playing and Green is playing, all right? So we want to maximize which one of these two is going to have a big game. We don't know. So what we do is we put the emergency on the player that's playing first. So if we look at the games, Gold Coast is playing at what time? 8 o'clock on Saturday. All right. GWS is playing on Sunday. So let's put the emergency on Tassatis. Okay. Now, if let's say he scores 60, all right, we then have to decide: do we take the 60 or do we field Green? Now, if you want to take the 60, you take Green off and you put Stone there, okay? If you don't want the 60, you do the opposite. You leave him as the emergency and leave Green on field. Simple. So you sort of work out which one you want to do. Now, this only works when you have a player that's not playing in your forward line. I recommend you start all your players in round 1 to be playing players. You can actually have Madden as your non-playing player because you'll eventually have these players come through round 3, round 4. There's always someone that gets dropped or injured or something happens to them. So that's option number 2. Now, option number 3, let's say, for example, here, all right, Marshall copped an injury, all right, in 1 week injury. He got concussion, okay? So what are we going to do? We have a problem. So what we do here is we get Darcy Cameron, swap with Madden, okay, and then we have Cameron on field. Forget the captain there. Just put the captain over on Warple, or he's going to have a big game. All right, so that way, and then you can remove Madden and put him in here. So that way, you got Marshall on the bench now, and you got cover. if it's a short-term injury. All right, so you've also covered your injured player by using the loopholes. That's option number 3. Okay. Option number 4. Now this is the advanced one. Okay. Now you've had a bit of bad luck, and sometimes you cop 1 week injuries. Sometimes it all happens at once. Okay. Now, for example, your ruckman's injured. Your 2 forwards are injured. All right. Just wait. It gets worse. Your 2 defenders are injured, and so is Constable. So you're virtually going to cop a donuts. All right. However, what can you do to fix this? You have a ruck forward. This guy can go to defense. He's a defensive forward. He can go here, but we can't put him there because there's nothing to push him. For example, if you press sub, you can't sub off no one. Okay, you can only sub off the person over here. So, but what you can do, all right, is let's trade out Constable. All right, trade him out. You lose 1 trade. Okay, let's sub Himmelberg here. All right, he does go there. All right, but I just can't put him there at the moment. But it does work. Why isn't he going there? Do I have to drag him over there? Okay, trust me, Himmelberg does go there. Okay, so let's just take this off. Put Himmelberg over here. He does go there in the real game. All right, why isn't he going there now? Something wrong with my app. Okay, but it does work. So Himmelberg will go over here. Okay, now Davey, we're going to have to sub him over here, but we can't do it at the moment. So Davey comes over here. Okay, Essendon. Let's get Davey over there. So Davey goes there. All right. And over here, we traded out Constable, so we lost a trade. But when you trade him back in again, you get the trade back. Okay, so you actually get him back. So Constable then goes in here. So you've sort of switched around your whole team, so you can just save it there. So now we've been able to move Himmelberg into something wrong with my app today. It's playing. I think all of you are on the app today. I'm making my app slow. Just comment down, everybody. Okay. So and now Himmelberg's gone into defense. Just by doing this little switch, little trick, and you haven't lost a trade because you get the trade back. You trade Constable out, but then you get him back. So for this to work, you need to have 1 trade left, okay, and it works, and then you get it back. So these are all the tricks to the trade, okay. This is it. Thank you for joining, everyone, and always remember one thing: it's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.